Welcome to this edition of Founder Thought. So today we're going to be talking about investing smartly. So this is something that we are always thinking about as a business owner. It's something that you are hopefully doing. So Oz, let's talk a little bit about how do companies, how do founders, how do they approach investing?
So this is a great...
I mean, it's a big question. Obviously, there's a lot of different things we could talk about.
And we're not talking about like how to get investor. We're not talking about anything like this.
I mean, I'm talking more like investing in marketing, growing your business,
growing your business, investing in new ideas, and new people.
Yeah.
And like for us, like listen, not all our investments sound like
they're not all sound.
Like not all our investments sound, but also some
predict the future.
Yeah, but also some investments make amazing result, driven amazing result. But it's in the end, it's an investment.
Yeah.
Even if it does not happen right now, because if you believe the idea, believe in the product, you believe in the service, even if it does not happen right away, it will happen.
Yeah.
It will happen. And we see this with all our product service. Even if it does not happen how, it will happen now.
Yeah.
It will happen now. We just need to make sure you change this. This is what we talk about. Sometimes you have to change strategy planning to make sure you fit the idea behind it. But when you come invest, like for example, one from the businesses we opened, Zubut, we opened it actually in the middle of pandemic. It was a crazy business how we started the business, the whole idea.
Yeah.
Like nobody come and in the middle of pandemic, nobody can come open business.
It was a risk. It was a big risk.
Was a risk, but we saw the potential of it. We saw the idea behind it. Also, we saw the end of the road on it. But also, we invested smartly. We don't went from A to B right away. We went to say, let's invest here, let's do this, let's take it step by step, let's take it by stages. So we stepped stages to develop the platform, to develop the product, develop the idea. Then we take it step by step, then develop the company, all those stuff. Then we take it by step. Then we have started investing. Okay, we said we want, because also you don't have you develop the product, you develop the idea, you have everything, but after what now? Now where you need to have that investment, you need to make sure you have left cash flow to invest in your business, cash money to invest in your product, to do marketing from advertising, whatever marketing you need to do, make sure you have some money to do marketing.
Yeah.
Now, when you do invest in marketing, you need to be very not cautious, but you need to know what you're doing.
You need to have a plan. You need to strategize how you're going to utilize it.
You need absolutely to have a plan, and don't go from A. Don't try to be an A, and we make this mistake us sometimes. Don't go.
We're too aggressive.
Too aggressive. Don't try to be in A. Like you want to be in the top of the. Don't try to be overnight or the top. Will take time sometimes. So you have to develop a plan. Say this is stage 1, stage 2, 3, stage 4. Stage 1, I'm gonna spend $1,000, and my return investment should be this. Stage 2, I'm gonna spend $2,000, my return investment should be this. Stage 4, I'm gonna spend this, and my return take it this way. So you increase it step by step to get you with the result.
One of the mistakes that we see a lot of times, and sometimes it's one that we make, I think hopefully we're learning from it. Sometimes what happens is you invest too much too quickly, and you're like, okay, we're going to get to that 300, 400, 500% return on investment, but it doesn't happen right away. So all that money, all that revenue that you've output doesn't necessarily come back to you quick enough, and then you're in a situation where, like, do you continue to invest at that level? Do you take it back? What do you need to do? So you need to understand how you control that and how you handle those types of situations, because I think that's something that happens all the time.
Yeah, but what we see most of the time, this like even if you invest big money, the money actually is gonna come back for you because you build in the brand, you build in the idea, you build in the name, you build the search, you build the value of the brand. We see this happening. We have actually in our marketing agency, we have a client where invest a lot of money last year in Pacific over the summer was big investment.
Like certain campaigns.
Certain campaign. We saw a lot of that coming in the same time, but we still this investment, we see it paying off right now. Because we went we invest a lot. We said, okay, we're gonna go from here, and the campaign, they have a lot of campaign been running for a while, but we said those kind of product or service, we want to go top of mountain right away. We invest a lot, and we said it pays at the same time, but right now also paying.
But I think what the challenge is, and I think this is something like a mistake that a lot of companies do, is they look at right now. So they're saying, okay, within those 3 months of that big investment, did we get everything that we expected to get? No, we didn't. But you have to look at the coming months and the future and stuff, because what'll happen is you'll see residual that'll tail off eventually, but residual that'll be from those big investment months that'll continue to grow.
Listen, I understand the challenge because like us, a small business, like you need to make sure you have cash flow. You need to make sure you have this. And the most important thing, cash flow. To be honest with you, like, does not matter how much you invest. It's all about the cash flow. You have you need to have a cash flow. This is what it is. You need to have a cash flow, especially when you invest in and building a brand and building business. You need to have a cash flow. So when you invest, you need to. And what I would say for a lot of businesses, they don't want. You need to invest. You need to have a budget for marketing. You need to have a budget because, like, a lot of business. Why a lot of business actually does not go anywhere? They build them ideas. They have amazing ideas. They have amazing brand. They have amazing product, but they never go anywhere. Like, because they're not doing any marketing. Okay, now I build it. What I'm gonna do now? Yeah,
they're just expecting the customers are just gonna find you and start buying,
it's
and that
does not happen
unless
this way.
You have a storefront that's in a very heavy traffic area.
But like, even the storefront, you are investing in your storefront.
Yeah,
your market.
it's the same thing.
It's the same idea. So it's the same idea here. We talk about the same stuff here. So this is why I would say invest, even $5, $10. Just invest in your market and drive people.
I would say there's two things you need to know. One is you need to have that consistent investment. Don't start, stop, because we see that all the time, and it's a freaking disaster, to be honest. Like, you've got to continually invest. You've got to make sure that you're investing on a regular basis to make sure that you're getting consistent traffic, consistent views, consistent brand awareness, whatever it is. The other thing I was going to say is don't hold back. Like, listen, you want to be cautious on how much you're investing and making sure that it makes sense for you, but you also don't want to just like, oh, I'm going to throw $100 at it, and that's going to like be the be all end all, and it's going to work and everything's going to be great, because it's not going to happen. You've got to, like, we have one situation where a client recently of ours wanted to just invest like a really small amount, and that was all he was comfortable with. But as soon as we invested that small amount, he started to see some residual, and it's like, okay, invest a little more. Now's the time. Invest now.
Now when he's
you're getting clients, you're getting customers. Like, why are you holding back? Like, just go for it.
Actually, his revenue, I think, go from like go by like 1,000% or something like crazy.
It was a lot. Yeah, it was like. It was a lot.
Went the crazy.
And it was a small investment. So like,
small investment, but he gets
ride that wave.
Yeah,
ride the wave. Like,
I'm not
do
sure,
it.
but it grow massively. It grow massively the revenue. And at the same time, even this was in 1-2 weeks, he saw a result right away.
Yeah.
Because people shopping, people searching, people looking for you his product and services. So investment is very. One thing I want to add about investment. Obviously, you have to invest to make money. You have to sometimes
spend money to make money.
And that's why, like, not everybody entrepreneur not everybody, because sometimes you have to take chances. Like, listen, we take so much crazy chances. Like, our stuff work, some stuff does.
Chances is my middle name.
Yeah, like our stuff works, some stuff does not. But most of the stuff, like, you can't take chances. And one time, like, you're not, and this is different. Like, I'm not gambling man. I don't like the gamble, but I like to in my business. I like to invest in my business.
But I think that's what makes it. I think that's what makes a successful entrepreneur, right? So, and as probably a successful founder. A lot of times, 9 out of 10 times, it's not going to work. You're going to just be like, oh, Jesus, another $200,000 down the drain. But there's going to be that one time where it's like, boom, that shit's going to take off, and then you're going to be in a totally different place. And that's what makes a smart, entrepreneur
like,
and
even
a
if
risk
you invest
taker.
And does not work, what happened?
Yeah.
You just step back and like
you try again.
Try again and say, you know what? Okay, I lost all my money. Let me figure out something. Yeah. I have a great idea. I am very good at what I do. Let me figure out what else I should be doing. How I can do this. I love actually the guy from I think they should read his story. The chicken soup.
The chicken soup for the soul guy.
I think they should read.
I don't know his name,
but I think they should read his story. What guys, check the story. I really think you should read it. It's all about mindset and investment. Yeah, did nothing work? Then I said, you know what? I have this in my hand. Why I didn't just go try to?
Yeah, so I think the basic story of it is, and I'll give really quickly. I'll give the basic story. So him and his wife were struggling for money. They were living paycheck to paycheck. They had written this book a few years ago or something like that. They had it just basically on like sitting there, like never published, whatever. And they said, you know what? Let's just take a chance on it. Let's get this thing published. Let's invest. Let's do it. And then it's Chicken Soup for the Soul. Like everybody's read that book.
I think read the story. Like
it's something along those lines. But yeah, it's some amazing story.
But like how many stories he be with like, oh, you know, before I become a huge success, I failed many times.
Yeah.
You have to fail to grab.
Yeah.
So and I'm not saying if the investment is gonna fail. That's not what I'm saying. But like this one,
you have to be willing to take the punches
and you have to willing to take the risk to take it.
In the ring.
You're gonna win on some, you're gonna lose some, but you have to take the risk.
Absolutely.
You have to jump in the ring. If you don't jump in the ring, you're never gonna go nowhere you stand.
No.
Jump in the ring, take some punches, see where you can stand, what punches you can take. And if what happened, you just step back and say, you know what, and this happened for us, it happened for everybody. Say, you know what, let me figure out how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to plan this, I need to do this, I need to change this. And you need to be good with numbers. This is what's the point of it. Also, you have to figure out good with numbers. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is our edition of Founder Thought for today.
Thank you,
Thanks
guys.
for joining.